How to send and receive crypto securely. The learning objectives for this video are for you to understand how to safely send money to and from Binance, and just to be aware of the issues surrounding sending crypto to addresses that you don't know or trust. I'll address that first point now actually. If somebody that you don't know sends you an address to send crypto to, be very, very careful. You need to be you're not going to get your money back if you send crypto to an address that you're not familiar with. So just be aware of that fact. How to send crypto using Binance. So this is the wallet screen, and this is when you've clicked withdraw, you'll be presented with this. You can drop down here, choose the various cryptocurrencies that you hold and get them sent from there. This is the address bar. We recommend using address management so that you have to use additional security to add new addresses into Binance. So you can choose from the addresses you've already got in there. You then get the opportunity to choose a transfer network. Now this is quite important to make sure that you're using a transfer network that your recipient account also uses. So you have multiple options of networks to send Bitcoin through, but you need to make sure that where you're sending the Bitcoin to is also able to use that network and accept Bitcoin through that method. If you don't, you run the risk of losing the currency you're sending, or at least having it held up for a long time before it's returned. So very, very important to make sure, even if you're sending it between things that are your own wallet, somewhere else, you need to make sure you're using the correct network for the transaction to make sure that it goes through successfully. And then you can choose the amount down here. It tells you what your fee will be and what your full receipt amount will be. You press submit, and then you're going to have to go through additional security steps in order to authorize the transaction there. Receiving money into Binance, let's say from your own, if you were funding through a Coinbase account, for example, you would copy and paste this address here, press that button, it would copy that onto your clipboard, or you can use the highlight with your mouse and then right click copy. Very important, if you do the second method I just described there, you make sure that you check that you haven't cropped either end of this code. You need the full address in order to make sure the transaction is successful. That's all you need to do. And likewise, same thing, make sure you're using a network which the address you're sending to, the receiving address, is actually able to use. Otherwise, you run the same problem that you would encounter when trying to send things out of Binance. Sorry. So it's basically that simple, really. Make sure the addresses are correct and make sure you're using the right network, and you won't have any problems. Something which I didn't mention until now, but worth noting, is that having your wallet address or somebody else's wallet address does not give you the ability, or anybody the ability, to take money from that wallet. It's simply the address with which you can send money to. So, if your wallet address is out there, don't worry too much about it, because there's nothing that anyone can really do with it apart from send money to it, which would be a nice thing, really. Always make sure you're using the network that is correct for sending your chosen currency, and that's about the recipient and not really about you. And finally, use the cut and paste feature to add wallet addresses into the address box of where you're sending, and make sure you avoid errors by doing that. And get into the habit of checking the start and the end of the addresses to make sure that they are not cropped. And once you're in that habit, you will have no problems. So that is how to send and receive cryptocurrency safely.